Alright, just making sure everything's working properly right. Because it's been Lord knows how long since I've streamed last. Alrighty, we are now live. What is going on, YouTube and the great people of the internet? It is your boy, ThunderBuddy29 here, back today, but this time with another live stream. Well, not really another live stream, because this is the first live stream that I'm ever doing since we've been in 2024. And welcome to my first ever actual real live stream for 2024. But this time, we are going to do the live stream that I should have done a very long time ago, at least since around the time the season began. But it's never too late, especially when we're now more than halfway through. So, yeah, because I changed it up a little bit. I changed the format of the stream a little bit and included the picture on my thumbnail. So, I'm going to change it to the Discord call. So, it actually feels like an actual discussion stream, where I don't feel like I'm excluding everybody. So, we got the old gang back together. We got Base Days Ass here, and we got Shadow Lord here. What is up, guys? Glad to have you here.
Never thought I might be back.
Got anything to say, Ace, as an introduction? Hello? He'll catch on eventually. Alrighty. So, connection-wise, still doing pretty good, surprisingly. Didn't really think the connection would work as well. And so far, we already have... Oh, he's having problems with this Discord UI. Damn it, Discord. Damn it, Discord. Oh, man. Don't know how to do this new mic BS. Worst part is, I didn't even know much about that. Damn it. Yeah, he's having some problems with his headset as we were speaking here. Oh, wait. What was that? I heard a little bit.
Oh, there we go. Shit, bro.
Perfect. Okay, so we had a tiny little setback for the first
This new
introduction, but
Discord UI fucking sucks, bro.
dude, and the fact that now they're updating it to like usernames and shit, that part's annoying too.
Oh, yeah. I even had trouble making this fucking group in the first place. They just changed shit for no reason. You know what? The new model. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Perfect. Hey Thunderbuddy, do you know the Fortnite OG is coming back next season? I heard something about that. I was gonna make a video about it a while ago, but I kind of feel like that kind of like it was a little too late to make a video on. It was a little too late to make a video about that.
Apparently, it's gonna be like Chapter 2 OG. That's what some people are rumoring. But I feel
mean,
like if they're gonna do OG again, it's either gonna be like season 1 to 4 or like actual OG, like the OG graphics and like the OG like UI.
I mean, I heard the possibility that like some people, some leakers have theorized that it could actually become a like permanent mode. Some people said this could possibly be a permanent mode, but honestly, I think it'd be very suicidal to do because that would literally prove the points that we have been making for years. It would prove those points very, very smoothly.
Shit,
And if
I hope
they
it's
make
a permanent mode.
yeah, because if they make
5 is ass.
yeah, because like if they did that, the current state of Fortnite would die. It would die in the matter of days. Maybe even overnight. I could go as far as maybe saying overnight it would. Because it has been extremely unpopular. I mean, I think the only real part that got everyone fired up for this new chapter, the only real thing that got everybody fired up was Peter Griffin. And that was pretty much it. Peter Griffin
and the
was
new modes,
that was
which those modes fell off. No one gives a fuck about rocket racing, and Lego fell off.
Lego and them just died so freaking quickly. I mean, Festival's the only mode that's somewhat keeping up. It's keeping up somehow.
That's the only one they're updating. They're actually adding new like jam tracks to it like every week. So Festival's the only mode they really care about. they're planning on adding some like extra things to it, like a 1v1 mode. So festival is pretty much the only mode they give a fuck about, probably because it's what making the most money with the copyrighted tracks.
I mean, the only collaboration that I've been concerned with, well, the one that I've been really concerned with the most is the Disney one that might happen in the coming years. That's the only one that's been the actual like concern.
Shit,
It,
by the time that collab even happens, Fortnite's gonna be dead, and GTA 6 is gonna be the main game people be playing.
I mean, battle royale is not the main genre that it used to be that dominating the gaming culture
Bro,
like it
Fortnite
was
is
in
more like
2018 or
Roblox and PUBG.
2019. I mean, it's not that simple. It's not that way anymore. I mean, OG Fortnite
Mm.
though. I mean, when OG came back, it literally proven the points that we were making. It literally proved them very, very well. And honestly, it
And of
stuns me.
course,
It stunned me because around the time that all the shit happened between all of us, the shit that happened between all of us, around that time that happened, of course, OG comes around, and the points that we were making, it was literally coming to light.
and of course, they only had to keep OG for a month while this season's lasting until early March. Like, they could have had season 7 happen during Winterfest. Like, that would have been perfect. But they just don't want their game to succeed. That's why they cut OG early. They saw like 100 million people hop on and they're like, you know what, instead of like making this a separate mode to keep the game's momentum, let's just turn chapter 5 into an advertisement by adding all this new like Lego shit, all this new fucking
Peter
festival copyrighted
Griffin,
shit.
Peter
Like,
Griffin. And then the worst part was Winterfest was the biggest advertisement ever that I had ever
bro, that
seen.
was that was celebrity Winterfest. You remember in 2021 you said Fortnite Mares was celebrity Fortnite Mares? This was celebrity Winterfest. You had John Wick, you had like TMNT, more than
Oh,
they
oh, and
only
now you
had
have
like free
TMT,
Winterfest
and
skins.
now you have TMT Part 2. This time with a battle
Like
pass and a mythic weapons.
Like, why didn't they do that when they first put TMNT in the item shop? I have a theory that they were gonna scrap that update because that was in development for the first TMNT collab. They only probably put the extra stuff in the game later on because they saw the game was dying, and they put all those mythic shit in the game to save it.
Well, so you're telling me they decided to not do anything when the Ninja Turtles first came out, but now they decide to actually do something with it?
I
Yeah,
mean, I
shit,
mean,
they're
what
probably gonna scrap the update.
I mean, what's really weird about it is that they decide to do it at a random time like this now, when nobody really cares about it anymore. I mean, that movie came out in like what, summertime? It's freaking winter now. It's
Shit, they're
February
always
now.
late to everything. They added
I mean,
Kagu
I'm
Lame in
sure
like 2023.
I'm sure it's
Bro,
already out. I'm sure it's out on DVD by now. It's got to
bro,
be at least.
Fortnite could have had a W. They would have released a fucking One Piece skin when Gear 5 came out, but nope, they had to be like, hell no, we ain't doing that shit.
Apparently, that is like coming to the game, like eventually, according to the leakers. But
Yeah, the leakers. The sad part is that's like the only people where we get our real valid information from is the damn leakers. That's the sad reality.
Ain't gonna lie.
basically,
Thunder
Ain't gonna
Buddy,
lie,
I
bro.
won't
Like,
I won't lie. I don't agree with 90% of the stuff you say, but I'm still your biggest fan. Well, thank you for that, Coco Melon. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I mean, if you guys in the chat, any of you viewers want to hop in on this, add some stuff, or ask me some questions, feel free to do so. Super chats is a 100% guarantee that I will answer those questions. They're 100% guarantees. But in the meantime, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe as we go more and more deeper into this discussion.
speaking of going deeper, bro, can we just admit that the fact that like that fucking Fortnite is Roblox 2.0?
Or no, it's
yeah.
what or worse, Ready Player One. It's turning into the damn.
Bro,
It's turning into the damn Oasis.
bro, like Fortnite is turning into the metaverse without going on VR, bro.
I mean, they was planning on adding like first person at one point, so they might as well turn the shit into Apple Vision Pro.
That's the
Damn,
worst
that's
part.
really frustrating.
I mean, the fact that we spent the first 45 days of the season without an actual good, serious major update. And during that only major update that we waited 45 days for, all we got was a fucking box, a cardboard box. That's all
Well, they
we
didn't
had to
even
show
add
for it.
like an actual weapon from Metal Gear Solid. They didn't even add a location from Metal Gear Solid. They could have added Shadow Moses from the games. Instead, they just made a reskin of two other items they added before. They had the box from Chapter 2, Season 2, and they had the invisibility thing from the Predator.
Just,
So even they was lazy with the update. They just reskinned a bunch of shit.
Bro,
I mean, like the fact, the
Fortnite was
fact.
probably but Fortnite was probably like listening to Roddy Rich, bro, when they made that when they made that statement.
Knowing Fortnite, they be the type of company to collab with Roddy now, even though he fell off. But
I mean,
Bro,
consider
like
the fact.
I'm still waiting for that Lil Nas X and Fortnite collab, bro.
oh, they have the Industry Baby song in files. I mean,
Honestly,
knowing Tim Sweeney and Charlie Wynn, it's not a surprise they like Lil Nas X.
I'm seriously hoping Lil Nas X don't go in there, because otherwise, if Lil Nas X go in there, it might honestly make me rethink my Allier brand. It might make me rethink that. Because, I mean, all Allier did was clickbait, and all freaking Tabor Hill did was make that comment about Etika when he absolutely knew fucking nothing about Etika. But Lil Nas X literally mocked Christians over his fucking song. It did a reenactment of Jesus hanging on the cross.
Lil Nas X is just a cloud chaser. He does this shit with every song he makes. Like, can we go back to like the Old Town Road, like Panini days when he was actually making decent shit? Now he can't make a song without being controversial for no reason.
And then some people might say, but what about South Park or what about Dave Chappelle? They do that all the time. But the difference
Like at least
between South
they
Park,
made it as for
the
jokes.
difference
They made
between
it for jokes.
the difference between South Park and Dave Chappelle is they go after everybody. They make fun of everybody the same equal way. What Lil Nas X did was to attack one whole community and mocked one whole community, and that was pretty much it. When you attack
He's
Yeah,
one
been doing that
community,
shit since
but you're
2021.
not giving everyone else like the same, like you're not doing the same to everybody else, of course it's gonna piss off people. Of course it will. I think one of society's greatest mistakes is making him famous.
I mean, back then he was famous for a reason. He made some decent
Yeah,
songs, but of
but now
course he just went the clout chaser route.
now today he's just a disgrace. Like, disappointed. I mean, it brings me back to the point though that we were talking about a minute ago. It brings back to that point again. This entire chapter so far has been a giant fucking advertisement. I honestly didn't think we were going to see a chapter become a big giant advertisement, a bigger advertisement than what we saw in chapter 2. I didn't think it was going to come to that point.
Like
But
literally, these
but
I think
here
these
we
new
are.
modes literally killed Fortnite. Because if Fortnite didn't add these new modes, they'd actually put time into Battle Royale and give us like semi-frequent updates, like they did back then. Because of these new modes, we're literally focusing on that, even though that's not even the main part of the game. I'm pretty sure there's more people playing like creative maps right now than there are people playing Battle Royale.
I mean, the thing is, it's like it brings me back to the point that I made in my like previous upload. In my previous upload, well, no, not this one, but my video talking about how Fortnite's losing its identity when I'm talking about talking about their partnership with Disney that's going to be going into effect in a couple of years. But the thing too is, it's like if that actually goes into effect, but Fortnite's already slowly losing its identity, but it's happening faster and faster as the months and the years go by. It's happening a lot quicker. I mean, look how much we've already seen since Chapter 5 started. Like you said, all those modes that we saw. And I think a Disney partnership is only going to add more and more fuel to the fire.
Shit, they're just gonna turn their game into a bootleg Disney Infinity without the charm. Like,
I mean, this is just Disney's second attempt to try to take over the gaming industry. It's their second attempt because their first attempt,
I
as we
mean,
all know, pretty much failed. But now
I
they're
mean,
trying
Disney
to.
don't even got a point in doing that because they said they doing that in a few years. But by the time GTA 6 comes out, Fortnite is going to be dead. So they're pretty much like advertising it to what's going to be a dead game in the future. Like at this point, why not just do it now? Because Fortnite is more popular now. I'm telling you, when GTA 6 comes out, Fortnite is going to be dead. Nobody's going to be playing Fortnite. They're all going to be playing GTA.
I mean, I'm probably gonna be as long as it's not like as long as it's not $150, as a lot of people have been rumoring and theorizing that it's gonna cost $150 because the game's development cost $1 billion or some dollars. As long as it's not $150, I'm actually gonna buy it. But the
And
thing overall with Fortnite, since we've been in Chapter 5, I have been so incredibly burnt out to the point that this is the most burnt out I have ever been. Even more burnt out than Chapter 3 and 4 combined. Like,
what's even more sad is that they're literally repeating Chapter 4. They have the TMNT Mythics. The same time we have Metal Gear Mythics. And the TMNT Mythics are fucking overpowered, by the way. They, like, deal constant damage, they're spammy, and you can literally, like, dash away with them in the sky, like grapplers. So, it's just the Star Wars Mythics, but even more strong.
I won't be surprised if GTA 6 kills Fortnite. Well, honestly, with the way if it keeps going the way it's going, that's what's most likely going to happen. That's what will most likely happen if it keeps going the way it's going. Because really, there's been nothing changing. It's been a giant advertisement. It's been one collab spam after another. That's all we have seen.
Like literally, the next update Fortnite is doing, I'm pretty sure is only going to be an update towards Fortnite Festival because they're changing the season pass and adding another musician to the game. So the next update isn't even going to affect Battle Royale. And they claimed that they were going to bring augments back, but they haven't even done that yet. And I'm pretty sure they removed the augments challenge from the game, so they pretty much lied to the players, saying that they were going to bring augments back, but they never ended up doing it, which I think was a W in the end because augments suck. But still, they're pretty much now just lying to the players.
I mean, they're pretending to care about Battle Royale, but in reality, they don't actually care about Battle Royale. You all know the worst thing that I've been knowing from the past couple of months? Have you heard of this channel called Nostalgia Focus?
No.
This guy, in just the past couple of months, in just the past few months, he has gained 69,000 subscribers, and he's making like shorts videos and stuff referencing like OG Fortnite and stuff like that. And no, that's not the reason why I uploaded a bunch of OG Fortnite clips to shorts. That's not the reason why. The reason why was because Xbox introduced a new policy in December that on the new year, they were going to start rapidly deleting old clips after 90 days. Like every clip that you record now is going to automatically get deleted. 90 days after you record newer clips, they'll be deleted as well.
And that's
So,
exactly why I'm hoping to move to PS5 because Microsoft fucking sucks.
Microsoft's a bunch of douchebags. And honestly, you shouldn't have much of an issue trying to find a PS5 because I mean back like last year, 2 years or 2 years, damn, I kind of misspoke for a second. But 2 years, they have been it's like buried treasure. It's very hard to find. Thunderbuddy,
Yeah.
can you cover how trash the item shops have been as of late? I've been saying the item shops have been
Oh
trash
my
for years.
god.
I've been saying it's been trash for years. In a lot of my recent videos, I've been talking about the item shops, especially during Winterfest. I even mentioned it then as well.
Oh, bro. The item shops, instead of doing like a 1 month rotation, they're doing like a 1 week rotation. So they made the item shops more repetitive. And they're not even bringing back skins one, they're just bringing back the same old shit. It's even worse than it was back then. Because, like I said, it's now a 1 week rotation. And now they're doing this thing where every day they add a brand new icon emo. Like they've been doing this for like the past few days, where every item shop rotation they just add a new copyrighted TikTok dance that nobody likes. By the way, nobody fucks with these TikTok emotes, but
Not
they
anymore,
keep on
they
like
don't.
putting them out like every day.
And also The Weekend. They've had him in there for what, a fucking month? They've had him in there for about a month.
Yeah, the
The
weekend for a
Weekend.
month. I mean, it kind of makes sense because he's a part of like Fortnite festival, and they said like
But there
they're
should
gonna
be
keep him until like the next like festival pass.
there still should be no justification for that same skin being in there for a month without being rotated.
Right, and
I get that he's a big part of festival, but still.
I mean, I'm telling you, as soon as they get the next musician in Fortnite festival, they're gonna be in the shop for like months as well, because that's just like what they're trying to do, which is kind of stupid.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that they did not bring back Marshmello during its like 5 year anniversary since its concert. 'Cause that was like the first major celebrity appearance in Fortnite ever in the game's history. That was the first one, and that was 5 years ago.
It's
I'm
probably
s-
because Marshmallow isn't relevant anymore.
Unfortunately, I actually used to like his music back in the day, but unfortunately, he's not relevant anymore.
Yeah, he never changed up his shit. That's why.
They should have brought back a Valentine's Day skin.
Oh, they did bring back some Valentine's Day skins, but this is another point about the holiday events. Usually, when it was Valentine's Day, they would do like a mini event. Like I remember
Like a
one
mini
time they
battle
had,
pass, a mini battle pass even.
or they like one time like I don't know if it was in like 2022 or 2021, but they had a Valentine's Day like creative map, and they had like some like stuff related to Valentine's Day, but now you have nothing. They just brought back the skins. So they're just not giving a fuck about the holiday events anymore. Look at what they're
They
gonna
haven't
do
gave
for
a fuck.
Easter.
They haven't gave a fuck about them since freaking chapter 3 or 4, but mainly chapter 4. Mainly
I'm
chapter
betting the
4.
only thing they're doing for Easter this year is just bringing back the egg launcher and like keeping that as like, yep,
Oh no
like
no no!
that's all we need to
It'll be
do.
the same version as it was with the snowball launcher. I'm gonna definitely predict that it'll be the same version as the snowball launcher. Nerfed to hell, 2 less rockets. I mean, what they did to the snowball launcher during Winterfest, that was a total disgrace, and that's a bad habit that they've been having since we've been in chapter 3 or 4. Every time they bring back an OG gun, they just fuck it up. They disgrace its legacy. They just become nothing but shadows of their former selves. I mean,
And
look
you
what
know what's
happened.
sad? Like they did not create a single new skin for this year's Valentine's Day. They just brought all the old ones back. They could even make for creativity and at least make one new skin. They didn't add a single new skin for the Valentine's Day event. And even with the Winterfest skins they made, they wouldn't put it in the item shop until after Winterfest ended. So it's like they have no idea what the fuck they're doing with these shops anymore. Like they just stopped caring.
I mean, the funniest thing is in my recent fanboys video, someone talks about how they're like, oh, but what about the OG season? They can make a good battle pass, but not have a collab skin. Well, I still think this battle pass did get carried by collab skins. That's the only reason why people bought him. Peter Griffin was the reason why people got fired up for this season in the first place. But then, like after a month, it got boring, and people began to realize it. I mean, looking at it today, this is one of the most burnt out I've seen the community since Chapter 4 Season 3. Even Chapter 4 Season 4 was not this bad. And here's another thing too that I probably should have mentioned, and this one opinion has definitely changed. I even think the map is kind of boring because looking at it now and thinking about it, taking it into perspective and thinking about it, most like half the locations just feel the same, have the same texture, the same layout, and so forth. Like every location just feels the same almost. I don't know if
I
that's
mean,
just me.
like they should have just kept the snow biome because the snow biome was like the most unique part about the whole map besides the trains. But now they're of course getting rid of the snow biome again, even though people like the snow on the map. And the map just looks dirty as fuck. Like the map actually looks disgusting. It looks even worse than the orange shit stains in chapter 2 because at least those were colorful. The map just looks fucking dull and so like nasty.
I mean,
Like
Chapter 2 Season 6, it had a good concept for what the storyline was supposed to be. It had a good concept, but the execution of it was done very, very poorly. But compared to today, I don't even know what the hell they're even doing. What the hell is the storyline even supposed to be?
There isn't no storyline. The storyline is apparently Jonesy's trying to find Peely, but that's like it. The story was only shown in that one trailer, and it has been elaborated on ever since. So yeah, I knew as soon as Donald Mustard left the game, I knew the storyline would fucking be trash and be completely irrelevant. And look where that happened. Charlie Wynn is not doing jack shit for the storyline because he doesn't even know how to write a story. He's a visual effects maker. Like they
Honestly,
couldn't
though,
even hire like a storyline like maker. They just got some fucking visual effects director, and of course he only because he's heavily associated with Marvel.
I mean, the one thing that I've definitely noticed, though, it's like looking how much worse and worse the game is getting day by day. It's making me theorize and make me wonder why Don Mustard officially like departed from Epic. It's like he kind of somewhat. It's almost like he kind of somewhat knew what the game would turn into, and he was dissatisfied. Maybe he.
He
I mean, I.
like the
I mean,
first
we used to take all our anger out on him for a lot of the horrible shit that happened, but looking at it now, it's not even him that's at fault. Not at least
yeah,
not 100%. He's not
he
100%
definitely
at
left because
fault.
of Epic. Because I heard that the reason I heard that he wasn't even involved in Chapter Four story at all. I heard that Epic like disregarded his ideas for the story and decided to make their own story for Chapter Four, which was why Chapter Four story was so ass. So he probably saw what Epic Games did to him, and I don't think he left because he wants to retire. Because Donald Mustard is 47 years old. I don't think you'd really want to retire at that age. So I feel like he just left because Epic Games fucked him over, and now he's trying to find like somewhere else.
I
Which
mean,
maybe he did want to actually retire and wants to help out his family, but I feel like the main reason why he even quit Epic was because they mistreated him. Because you see in Chapter 3, Season 4, before the storyline went to ass, you saw the visitor say, I'm thinking about retiring. Which if I was done, that was literally like Donald Mustard's words. Like he was like teasing his retirement in Chapter 3, Season 4, because he knew Epic was going to go in a corporate soulless direction, and that was like disregarding the creativity and storyline for just like advertising these like brands and all this copyrighted shit. So he just got up and left.
I think too, it's like, cause like think about it, the time that he left, and of course I couldn't really talk much about this other than the fact that I was in LA at the time, but I was also in YouTube jail at the time, so I couldn't really talk about it at the time it happened. But you also had those scandals that happened at Epic, like you had those hundreds of employees get laid off. You had the prices of V-Bucks increase. Like they were doing shit that was even pissing off the community. Even like the die-hard fans of the game were turning against them. And that's something that I never thought I'd ever see. As long as my channel lived, I didn't think I'd ever see such thing. But I did at that moment. And it's a trend that's been going on ever since.
Even now, they're still doing huge slip ups. Like they had the creative like rating scandal in OG, and they have the movement scandal in this season. Like, notice the reason why OG was so good. I'm pretty sure the reason why OG is probably going to be the last good season of the whole game is because I'm pretty sure Fortnite OG was the last season that Donald Mustard actually worked on, which is why it was like way better than all the other shit Epic was doing.
Yeah,
And you know, as soon as OG ends, the game is complete ass in terms of battle royale, at least. Like shit's a complete mess. That's the reason why OG was so good. Donald Mustard had a hand in making it like good, but now that he's left, it's gonna be downhill from here. Next season might be Greek gods, and they're adding more like stupid mythics and Zeus. Like they're just ripping off God of War. Like
Yeah, but that's the thing too that I'm thinking about as well. But one of the reasons why OG was great and why I think it was going to be one of the greatest seasons or the last great season there was, I think the reason why it was going to be was because it wasn't as complicated as it was. Like it is now at least. Fortnite was a lot more simple to play during the OG days. You didn't have this like gun attachment thing. You didn't have the movement system get fucked up. You didn't have a single
like
collab skin in the battle pass. You had their creativity, and and it's like what I said in my fanboys video. Fortnite still has creativity, but I'm just wondering where the hell is it at, or where did it even go?
Like even they fucked up attachments because why is there an option to remove a scope from a sniper rifle? And besides, it doesn't even zoom in like the hunting rifle. You just get a sniper without a scope. And why do we need scopes on shotguns? Like, what is the point of having a scope on a shotgun? Like, imagine trying to shoot someone with a shotgun and you have this big ass scope like zooming in on the player. Like they
Like,
couldn't even implement attachments correctly. And apparently they've been working on this since 2020 and they still managed to fuck it up. Like that's
yeah,
crazy.
and many of you guys know that I've shot a shotgun many times. Many of you know that. But do you see me put a scope on it? Hell no. If I had a scope on it, I wouldn't be hitting shit. I wouldn't hit shit if I had a scope on it against a clay pigeon flying in the air. And you had a scope on it. You're like, what the hell am I supposed to see?
Literally.
I mean, it's just a disgrace, like, what is happening. And there was one deleted scene that I also just found recently. There was a deleted scene that was also from me reacting to the trailer. And the funniest part was when it showed the Lamborghini in the trailer. I was like, so that's where Fortnite was spending all their money. So that was where Fortnite needed all that money. So that's why
Oh.
they laid off those hundreds of employees and raised the price of V-Bucks just so they can get themselves a Lamborghini. Wow,
And speaking of the Lamborghini,
money well spent,
like
Epic. Money well
it,
spent.
like speaking of a Lamborghini, look at the price of it in the item shop. It's like 25 thousand V bucks for like a car.
Oh,
Like
you gotta be fucking kidding me.
they're overpricing like the festival and they're overpricing the new shit they're adding because like some of like the festival microphones and guitars for the mode are like 1,000 V bucks. Like some of the TMNT festival bundle where you get like a microphone, a keyboard, and like a drum set. That's like 3,000 V bucks. 3,000 V bucks for a microphone that's only usable in one
A
mode.
microphone.
And even the jam tracks are overpriced because it's 500 V bucks. Apparently they're making them into music packs in the future. But it's still, why are we having to pay 500 like V bucks for a jam track that's only usable in one mode? And yes, you can use it as an emo, but that's like really only in battle royale. Like you can't use it in creative or like any other game mode. It's only for battle royale. And like even like whenever they add a new music pack, it's now 500 V bucks because they want to put it into festival. Like the TMNT one they added and the FNCS one they added was 500 V bucks just because of the festival mode. So now like they're just making the cosmetics more overpriced because of the new modes, and this is another reason why the new modes were a complete mistake.
We should be thankful that Fortnite is free to play. Well, looking at it in today's perspective, I'm definitely glad it's free to play. Otherwise, that'd be a huge fucking waste. That'd be a huge waste of money at this point. Honestly, I'm so glad that I started playing Fortnite at the time I did. Even though at first I try not to get too deeply involved in it because usually when popular trends happen, I try to distance myself from them. But that was one of the few popular trends I don't regret getting involved in. Well, looking at it from today's perspective and how much worse it eventually had gotten as time went on. The sad part is, despite overpricing all their shit and stuff, despite that, you have all these kids taking their mommy daddy's credit card, still buying this shit. That's the
I
sad
mean,
part.
some people are. I've seen more people complain about these overpriced items than actually buying them. And they're not even selling skins in bundles anymore. And whenever they brought back like the icon YouTubers or the Jack Skellington skin, they didn't even bring back their emotes. Like they just completely got rid of bundles. So
I
like
think,
the item shop is a complete mess now.
man, maybe the people are starting to complain about these item shops. Maybe some people began to take my advice from my Modern Warfare 2, no, not Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 video from 2023. It was, let me see here. It was this video where I talk about why I'm not buying Modern Warfare 3. And one of the biggest things that I did say in that video was, one of the biggest things I said was, the only reason why companies keep doing the shit that they're doing, the reason why they keep overpricing their shit, or they keep making garbage recycled versions of the past. The reason why companies keep doing shit like this, it's because it's because of people like us, the player base. If we're gonna keep giving them the money to keep doing the shit like this, then we keep giving them the recipe that allows them and justify them to continue doing the shit that they're doing.
Exactly. Like
The only
Fortnite.
way they're ever going to stop is if someone gives them a big kick on their fat bottom. That's the only way they're going to stop. And I think people are starting to learn that the hard way, and people are starting to catch on. That's what I'm starting to
Exactly.
see.
Like you wouldn't have Fortnite become an advertisement if people weren't constantly hyping up and meat riding these collabs by going like Fortnite would have never become like this corporate sellout bullshit if people weren't hating on the collabs more than they did. Like as soon as the Marvel season hit, people just became like so brain rotted from the collabs that every time Fortnite advertised a new collab like every week, they're like, imagine this character doing the gritty. Like nobody actually cares about the actual consequences this is gonna have for the future of the game. They just care about posting their shitty meme where the character does like some random TikTok dance. Like it's really sad.
I mean, it's a trend that we've been seeing since that Battle Pass. Because don't forget all the collabs that you saw in Chapter 2, Season 5, and then Season 6, and 7, 8, and then Chapter 3 and 4, and worst of all, Chapter 5. It's a
Like the
trend that's
collabs
been.
got worse each chapter because people keep on encouraging Epic and keep on like me writing these collabs. It's getting worse and worse, and now at chapter 5, it's the worst it's ever been. Chapter 5 is nothing but an act.
And I'm not going to be one of those people who just blames everybody except myself. Because like I said, I'm just as guilty as well. I bought collabs from time to time. Like when Marshmello came out in 2019 during his first concert, I actually did buy the skin. I did. I even wore it. I even wore the skin when I attended his concert at that 2 a.m. show. I didn't regret it then. Because but here's the difference between then and now. It's because back then, the reason why collabs weren't such a huge issue was because they were an occasional thing. Like you would see them every now and then. You'd see them being used for like special events that were only at that time and never again to be seen after. But nowadays, they just throw one collab skin after another. They care more about them than they care about the game. And I've been saying that since Chapter 2, but that point just keeps getting more and more valid, especially looking at Chapter 5 now.
What's
Because,
worse is that some of the collabs they add literally affect the game and make it worse by adding some overpowered mythic that is like so easy to find. Like you could literally in chapter 5 right now, you could literally go to an NPC on the island and just get the Metal Gear mythics.
I mean,
Like just like that.
and that was also a trend that's been going on since Chapter 4, and it happened in every season during Chapter 4. Every Chapter 4
And
season, that's what you saw. Every single time.
And like even with the TMNT mythics, you could just go to a random location, find a vending machine that has a mythic, and just get it like that. Like sure, it's like, and it's only like 350 gold for like the mythic too. So you basically just get an overpowered item for free. Because think about how easy it is to get like gold on the map because of all the vaults and all the like safes that give you like 100 gold. Like
And I think that's a consequence of the vaults. It's how extremely repetitive they've gotten with them as well since the second half of Chapter 4. But
dude,
the
the main
thing,
thing they need to get rid of is these AIs because the AIs have gotten so much worse. Like they're literally so overpowered. There are so many guards in one location for literally no reason.
yeah,
And
and
what's worse
also,
is you have these hireable NPCs where you can hire an AI, and most of those NPCs are so fucking annoying to deal with because most of them spam explosives or grenades or clingers.
or they have so much
Like,
fucking health
remember
too.
when, like, remember when the NPCs back in chapter 2 would give you like a mythic, and remember when you would hire them? Oh, they just carry a gun, like shoot at the player. Now they just do all this stupid shit. They just throw explosives. Like they made, and plus they gave him like A-bot accuracy too, because literally that mecha team leader NPC has the accuracy of prime Kobe Bryant. Like it is crazy. Like they need to just get rid of the AIs now.
And someone asked me, what would you say to all the gay riot shield users in this chapter? Well, honestly, can't really say much about them now because they're not as common as they once were, and also they're not as overpowered as they once were. But people that did use them, people who did use them were fucking noobs, and I did publicly say that people who use the riot shields were fucking noobs. I did say that, especially like a lot of the viral videos I've seen all over the web. Viral videos of people in like the last circle, like all like the last 5 players, you'd see them with riot shields.
Like literally, it is so hard to counter variety shows because like you can literally shoot. It nearly takes a full clip to get variety shield to like break. Like
YouTuber
that's how strong
Anchor made a
variety
video
shields
about
are.
Epic Games using collabs in Fortnite as a money-making machine. Well, we know that's a money-making machine. It's like what Al from Toy Story said. It's like printing my own money. That's literally Epic Games. Literally Epic Games in a nutshell. And the worst part is Tim Sweeney almost looks like him too. Starting to look like
Shit,
him.
if Al had an even more receding hairline, sure. I think Tim Sweeney needs to get fired. I think Tim Sweeney is killing it. Like, and not even just Fortnite. Tim Sweeney's killing Epic Games as a whole because you've seen the news with Epic Games and Apple recently, where Apple like sued Epic, and now Epic owes them a shit ton of money. Tim
$73
Sweeney
million.
is not just killing Fortnite. Tim Sweeney's killing Epic Games themselves because now Fortnite is in even bigger trouble with Apple than they were before, and Apple's actually beating their ass now.
And now you have them partnering up with Disney now. Where now Disney's paying them $1.5 billion now. Well, for a partnership that's going to happen in a few years. And still, when it's Disney, that's when it's a red flag. And honestly, thank God. And that makes me say, thank God I'm not dating my ex, because if she was watching this, she'd probably kick my ass. Because she was a diehard Disney fan.
Like Disney has like the Midas touch where everything they touch turns to absolute shit. Like the MCU turned into garbage like a
Star
few years
Wars
after they
dead.
bought them. Star Wars is I don't even want to talk about what happened to Star Wars. That was just like sad. Like they even killing like smaller franchises. Like I'm pretty sure they fucked up the Muppets.
They did
Shit.
that. They fucked up Toy Story. They fucked up Toy Story. They
Like
fucked up
making like
Snow,
9 million sequels.
and they fucked up Snow White with that one
That's
controversial
that's
actor.
no that Snow White remake is an actual fucking embarrassment.
And I heard a rumor that that actor did get fired. Oh, Disney, did you really have a change of heart? Should have did that on day one. What a national disgrace.
Like the remakes, their live action remakes are somehow getting worse.
And the worst part too is you have that new director that got appointed for the upcoming Star Wars movie, I believe in like 2025, I believe, who is like this extreme feminist from Pakistan. This hardcore extreme feminist whose goal is to quote unquote make men uncomfortable. Make men uncomfortable. Said that quote unquote. I'm not even making you can literally look it up. It's all there. It's everywhere. You can look it
Yeah,
up. It's all fucking
they're
there.
actually pissing on Star Wars grave. They're actually pissing
They're
on Star
pissing
Wars
on it.
grave. There's no way.
The worst part is they're pissing on us. And Disney and Epic are partnering. It's like Disney and Epic are both pissing on their like bases. They're stabbing us in the back. They're throwing shit at us pretty much. And now looking at them both teaming up.
Yeah, and like Disney needs Epic at this point because Disney is losing more and more money as the years progress.
I mean, 2023 was the worst year they had. And the thing is, it's kind of related to Epic Games as well. They also had a pretty bad year. You had Donald Mustard depart. You had hundreds of employees get laid off. Price of V-Bucks increased. And then one terrible decision after another. Kind of relatable to Disney as well. And the more that they do shit like this, the more they're turning people away. And the thing was, it's like,
Right.
and this is exactly what I predicted. As everyone was like jumping up, getting fired up for Chapter 5, I was kind of like the few people that kind of knew that they were going to somehow fuck it up. I was not confident, especially when I saw the leaks and stuff. I was one of the few people that was actually predicting and actually kind of saw the disaster of what Chapter 5 was going to be. But look,
Like, I
but
knew
here
this
we
shit was
are.
gonna be a horrible too, but not this bad. Like I thought it was just gonna be a bad start, but no, this shit is actually
I
horrible.
mean,
This is one of the worst seasons they've ever made
and some
in
people
terms of battle royale, at
and some
least.
people said, but why do you say every season? But the difference between now and back in those times was back in those times, I actually gave those seasons a chance. And they actually, half of them actually did make a comeback during the seasons. Half of them did make a comeback. Like we saw in chapter 3 and chapter 4 to some, in some perspective. But looking today, but looking at chapter 5, and just like what you said, I thought that it was just gonna be a bad start, and they were going to make a comeback sometime like in the second half. But did we see that? Nope. This is probably going to be the most forgotten season. And honestly, this is one of the reasons why I'm not confident in what season 2. I mean, I just want season 2 to happen at this point just so we get out of this season, because this season's just a fucking disgrace. Like this
Yeah,
season, I just want to just get a change of scenery, get a change in the game at least, because it feels like exactly the same, except with collab updates, collab mythics. Why do you still play then? But the difference is, I haven't even played that much during the season. In fact,
it's true.
I didn't even stream it. I didn't even stream it. Usually I'd stream like maybe like once or twice a week, or maybe once every couple weeks, but I I just haven't, because I just don't have. I feel like I don't have a reason or any motivation to play it.
Because like the
Even some
update's
people
been like so minuscule.
and some people say, why don't you get online? Why don't you play with us? I'm like, okay, I'll get on. And then I just like I go home from work that night. I just pass out in bed. I'm just like, I have no reason to play it, because it's just boring. I'm just I even admitted it in my video last night. The video that I uploaded last night when I was playing Black Ops, I even admitted that I was getting pretty burnt out of it. I was getting burnt out because there was really nothing going on. The only major updates were collabs, and I just didn't want to get extremely repetitive with it.
Yeah, they're just like not doing anything. They're like focusing more on the modes more than the actual like fucking main selling point of the game, which is battle royale.
I mean,
They even fucked up with creative, with all those racist maps that was approved by AIs. Like Creative 2.0 was the biggest mistake. We thought Creative 2.0 was going to be good. We thought people would be using it to like create good content. But look at what Creative 2.0 has turned into. Like what Jamal said, this should actually turn into Roblox. Like you have all of these horrible maps that are either something racist or like something like cringe. They're all copy and pasted for one another. I think they should have never added Creative 2.0 in hindsight, because there's like no moderation. You could make the most low effort map of all time and people would be playing it.
the worst part too is when I talked about the racist maps in my video. Why more reasons why Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 1 sucks. And I talk about the racist maps. Well, when I uploaded it on my shorts, like the clip of the maps and stuff. And the worst part was there was a handful of people that thought it was a politically motivated message, but it wasn't. It People actually didn't think that those were real, but they were actually real.
Oh yeah, they
They
were
were real.
definitely real.
And the fact that and the worst part too is this is the true consequence of AI. When you rely on bots to do the work that humans should be doing, that is the true consequence that you're gonna get.
Like
And the
all of
thing
the
is,
map images are made with AI too.
and the thing is with, and the thing is, YouTube, the same thing goes with them as well. I mean, look how bad their moderation, their appeal systems have been, mainly because they use computer bots to do the work that humans should be doing.
Exactly. Like I know for a fact, like these maps happen because one time I was on Fortnite and there used to be a map called O Block Zone Wars, and it had King Von, who's a rapper, as the map image. that was actually a real map. And there, at one point, there was like another map called like Epstein Zone Wars. Like there is literally no moderation when it comes to Creative 2.0, and they're not even promoting the good maps like that people actually take time in to like make.
And
They're
put
just
their heart into.
promoting this. Yeah, they're just promoting these slop maps because they know like, oh, as long as it's a box fight map, as long as it's Zone Wars, like the kid's gonna play it. It doesn't matter if it has something like offensive. It doesn't matter if there's like no quality control inside of the maps. Like as long as it's like a slot map, they're just gonna promote it. Like even with the Roblox stuff, I'm seeing like obby maps where people literally ripping off Roblox obbies and just recreating them in Fortnite. And what's funny, one of the most popular creative maps that you saw a bunch of people like play, like Nick A30, was like Only Up like map. Was just a complete rip off of Only Up that someone made.
And Nick A30 is kind of annoying. And then he's like, and then the
Yeah.
Disney thing happened. Oh my gosh, the kid-friendly dream happened. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut up.
Oh, Nick A30 fell off. After the King memes, he fell off.
And special, yeah.
You
By the
know,
way, you think Disney is a child dream? Not anymore. It's not. Not anymore.
By the way, here's something interesting I'm gonna bring up because I think a lot of people forgot that this even happened. Notice that when the Ukraine war happened, Fortnite did this thing where if you bought V-Bucks, they would donate it to Ukraine. Notice how now in this Israel and Palestine war, they haven't donated a single thing. Like that's very interesting.
Any other war, or any other war that
and
happened after Ukraine.
And better yet, they're collaborating with Disney. And by the way, Disney was known for having a big controversy with their Mulan live action film, where they were filming the live action.
They were filming
Mulan near a Muslim concentration camp in China. So it's very interesting how they're partnering with Disney and haven't donated anything to this Israel-Palestine war, but they donated to Ukraine. Think about that for a second.
And the worst part is, our government's about that same exact way too. Like issues going on in our country, they're focusing on Ukraine more than focusing on us. That's the worst part. And also consider the fact too that Disney is like more than half of Disney is owned by the CCP, the Communist Party of China.
Yeah. And that kind of just proves that all of these events Fortnite did in the past, or like Rainbow Royale and BLM, they were definitely publicity stunts. They definitely do not actually care about these issues. Because if they actually did care, you wouldn't have these racist maps be all over creative.
And the worst part is, it's like, it doesn't have to be, like, you don't have to take a side or another. You just need the human decency and common sense to know that it's fucked up, regardless. And the thing that we should also agree on is those maps should not have even gotten as far as they did. Like, how were they even in the game for as long as they were? If that was a real human that was moderating the maps and approving what gets in the game or not, if that was a real human, I know that they would have shot that thing down before it even got out there.
Like,
they would have put it
during
down.
I get like those maps were mostly during Epic's winter break, but they really couldn't have like some real players like go through this stuff like during the winter break,
or at least just like paused it, or just like waited until they got back to start approving. They could have at least done that too.
Yeah,
I thought that probably would have been like the best case scenario of what they should have done. But the thing is, it's like, the thing that I got criticized for in 2022 is exactly the point that you just made. That all Epic's doing, and the reason why they do these like events, like for example Ukraine, BLM, Rainbow Royale, are publicity stunts. They don't care. They're just another average corporation that pretends to care, but in reality they don't.
and keep in mind, Disney is known for not actually caring about gay people because they cut out gay characters from Gravity Falls, and every time there's a gay couple or like a gay scene in a Disney movie, like they have to change it for Chinese and like Russian theaters. So it's obvious Epic Games at Disney, they don't actually give a fuck about these people.
And the only reason why they even did it in 2022 with Lightyear, the only reason why they did it was in retaliation to a law that happened in Florida. That was the reason why they did that. They just did it to act like they were tough somebodies, but apparently no one really gave a shit. And the whole thing, it backfired so badly. It backfired.
Yeah.
I guess karma's a bitch, I guess. Uh, good old Disney, good old Epic Games. Good old corporate America. Man, we got 28 people watching. Damn, I'm actually pretty shocked that we've had this many people watching the whole time. Hey guys, don't forget, smash that like button. I'm hoping we can at least get 20, 30 likes. That's my big goal for this
There's
stream.
like there's like
That's my
14
big goal.
likes already.
We got 13 likes so far. Okay, we're almost halfway there. Let's freaking go, man. Gaming is not the same anymore. Definitely not. And Fortnite's definitely not the same as it was either. They're definitely not the same either. I'm incredibly disappointed with like how it's been in recent years. And the worst part too is when I was playing Black Ops 1, I don't know if the number statistics were accurate or not. I don't know if they were, but it said that there were almost 100,000 people playing it. And I was like,
Like damn.
this is where they were the whole time. I was like, I was pretty shocked cuz like I was getting into games that were like full lobbies, jam packed. It's like going to your favorite restaurant at like 1 or 2 in the morning on a Saturday, and then you would expect it to be deserted. But no, it's packed, jam packed, that you can't even get a table. You can't even get a booth at the bar. That's how jam
Yeah,
packed it is.
exactly.
It's
Because
like
like look at most of the games that like were like good like back then that are still here. Overwatch is fucking dead.
oh,
Call
I
of
mean,
Duty fell off.
someone wanted me to make a video on Overwatch, but I'm like, making a video on Overwatch, it'd be like beating on a dead horse. There'd be
You
no
know
point.
what's sad? The
Overwatch,
only reason why, you know what's extremely sad? The only reason why Overwatch is currently relevant is because it's because of Two Man who died while the game was open. So the fact that someone's death is the only reason why Overwatch is relevant right now is actually embarrassing. Like, and
it's
besides that,
sad. It's
Apex
sad though.
Legends is irrelevant. Like all these Among Us is irrelevant. Like Minecraft, they keep on releasing stupid updates. Like it's still a big game, but they keep on fucking up. Like Fortnite is the same. Fortnite is going downhill once again. They keep on releasing stupid updates. Like,
Sadly, that's
um,
all it takes sometimes. That's all it will take sometimes is for that. The thing is, a lot of these players that played in Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, now they're starting to catch on with why the game's starting to turn bad. Now they're even catching on.
most people are starting to realize that hey, maybe this season isn't as good as we thought.
And honestly, good for them, honestly. Huge props to them. Overwatch is also being carried by collabs. No, not really being carried by collabs.
This more
I mean,
Warzone.
that's more of a Warzone thing. I mean, because the thing is, it's like thing is with like when the Disney Epic Games partnership was announced, more people were joking about it. They didn't really give a shit about it. They were just joking about it. They don't take it as seriously. The same way as the Call of Duty players didn't take Call of Duty that seriously when they added fucking Nicki Minaj to their game.
Yeah, and 21 Savage. Like, Warzone is literally trying to copy Fortnite. And they also added Homelander and, like, that A-Train from, like, The Boys. Like, Warzone is just trying to be like Fortnite now, which is crazy because Fortnite used to be the game that copies everyone, and now everyone's copying Fortnite.
Well, the thing is, everybody's been trying to copy Fortnite since 2018. Everyone's been doing that with like the whole battle pass system, the whole battle royale system. Battlefield 5 was supposed to have a battle royale system, but didn't. It didn't, unfortunately.
Like,
But what I'll say with Overwatch is the biggest issue with Overwatch is that it's just a pay to win game. You have to buy a battle pass to get an overpowered hero that only battle pass owners can equip and can use in game.
Overwatch is fucking done for. Like they might as well just shut the game down at this point.
And the fact that like the president of Blizzard Activision stepped down, and the person that's taking that person's seat as the CEO is someone who was a part of Call of Duty, and that to me is a red flag. That's the
Yeah,
biggest
bro,
red
every
flag
time
there.
somebody steps down, it's always like they're just gonna get replaced by someone worse. Like YouTube, Neil Mohan is like a million times worse than Susan ever was. Like Donald Mustard stepped down for Charlie Wynn. Charlie Wynn has not done a single thing for the storyline, and now it's like you have Blizzard, which that's probably gonna be might be.
You
There's
had
like a 50% chance it might be worse. I don't know. I don't think you can get worse from the previous Blizzard CEO, but I'll probably be pleasantly surprised.
It's funny too because it's like 2023. The best way to describe that year, I call it the step down year because nearly everyone stepped down that year. And there was someone that did by the end of the year. There was someone that did. I forgot who.
I think it was Disney, right?
I
Because
don't I don't know. I thought the Disney one did in 22 or early 23, I
I
believe.
think the Disney one either got fired, and I think he got fired or stepped down, and they brought the old guy back. I remember that, but I don't know.
Something like that. I don't exactly remember. But if the game's going to keep going the way it's going, more people are going to turn away from it. The only thing, I mean, and here's why I think they released OG last year for just 30 days. Here's why I think they did. I think it was mainly to distract everybody from the September controversies.
Exactly, it was they were trying to save their
I mean,
reputation, and that gloriously worked.
whether if it was for that or not, whatever their plan was or whatever their reason was, it succeeded and it worked. And it once again proved our points that people don't like new Fortnite. They prefer older Fortnite.
I mean, really think about it. If Epic Games actually cared about the player base and what they liked, they would have either extended OG to be at least like 2 or 3 months long, or they would have kept OG as a game mode. But they didn't do that. The OG was clearly just an attempt to try and save their reputation, and it worked.
I mean, the highest player count since 2020. And I think if they decided to like make it a permanent mode like some of the leakers have been theorizing since January, if that actually turns out to be if that actually turns out to be the case, I honestly think Chapter 5 is good as dead.
Yeah, Battle Royale is just not going to be a thing. Most people are probably going to be playing the OG mode.
I mean, the sad thing too is it's like this is what I've been wanting to say for like the past like 10 20 minutes. And that is it's like Fortnite's not trying to be remembered for being that very once insanely popular battle royale game from the past that everyone knew, everyone played and loved. And people did its emotes and dances no matter where you went during that summer. It's like they don't want to be remembered for that anymore. Instead, they're trying to be the Ready Player One Oasis, where they're trying to be that company that one person and one company controls everything. That's what they're trying to be, and that's what the Disney partnership's about. It's all
I mean,
part. It's
is that?
all. It's
I
all part
mean,
of a plan.
and look at most of the skins they're adding right now. Like most of them are like crossover skins, and the skins they do add is just a reskin of already existing skin, or it's like the most basic skin of all time. Like majority of Chapter 5's Battle Pass skins are so boring and basic, or there's nothing unique about them. They don't have any progressive styles. It's just someone wearing a basic fit and they just leave it at that. Like chapter one, you had the Ragnarok with all those styles. You had the Omega with the lights. All those like every time you leveled up, you get a new style. Like even like Lux was at least better than some of like the recent tier hundreds because at least Lux you got like extra styles. Like Lux was another kind of a progressive skin, but now they just either pick a random crossover to be tier 100 because they know people are gonna buy it and like grind the game to get it, or they just pick some like basic skin or whatever.
Peter Griffin.
And Solid Snake too. Main people bought the Battle Pass for Peter Griffin and Solid Snake. And
I,
notice
I
that
I think it was
that's
mainly
the
Peter
only Battle
Griffin.
Pass skins I see Like that's really the only battle pass skins I see like people talk about: Peter Griffin and Solid Snake.
Or Chapter 3, Season 3, Darth Vader and Indiana Jones. That was all people really cared about.
And even like in Chapter 2, you had Rick and Morty and Superman. You had like Lara Croft and Raven. You had like the Mandalorian and like
I
the
mean,
whole Marvel
you've
stuff.
seen you've seen collab skins in every battle pass since Chapter 2, Season 2, but when Chapter 2, Season 2 did it, they weren't extremely repetitive with it at the time. They weren't repetitive with it. It was just something that a lot of the player base didn't really expect. And the worst part too is like a lot of the collabs they've already done, a lot of them were from collabs that were Disney owned or Disney controlled, like Marvel, Star Wars, and so forth. It's like, haven't they already done enough with like Disney and stuff?
Because now they're going for the Pixar collabs. Now they're trying to have Mickey Mouse and Buzz Lightyear. Like,
Mickey Mouse holding a gun. That's gonna be probably one of the biggest memes there's gonna be.
yeah,
Other than seeing that
it is.
picture of Mickey Mouse as the devil.
Yeah, I mean, the only crossover from Pixar I actually see being valid is The Incredibles. The Incredibles would be the only valid collab they can do because that actually be like fit for a game like Fortnite.
And the
All the
funny
other Pixar stuff is just pointless.
oh the funniest thing too was when you had part 2 of the Peter Griffin collab get released later on in the season, you had the giant chicken get put in there. A lot of people were pissed off because the chicken was bigger than Peter Griffin was. They're like they
Yeah,
couldn't
apparently.
make Peter Griffin big or fat, but they can make the chicken big and fat.
I mean, regardless if the proportions on Peter looks weird, because like in the show he has short legs, like it doesn't really matter. Like I think you could still make it work. Like Seth MacFarlane made like a funny joke saying that they didn't have the budget for making Peter fat, which is obviously like him joking. But
Yeah.
it's like I feel like they did the giant chicken to actually test out like if bigger character models would actually work.
Well, I guess we got the answer that it worked. Imagine Mr. Incredible cranking 90s. Like, that's all people talk about with like the Disney partnership. That's all they talk about. And the worst part too is it's
Um,
that it's not just gonna be like a Disney universe, a Disney map and stuff. It's also gonna be a platform where you can watch like Disney movies and stuff. It's like they're trying to push for like Disney
oh
Plus,
yeah,
like they're pushing
yeah,
for
they're
like a
putting
Disney
Disney
Plus.
Plus.
They're trying to put like a Disney Plus into Fortnite because nobody wants to pay the ridiculous
Yeah,
subscription
think
price
about it.
for the actual Disney Plus itself. And they're trying to
Think
put
about it.
and it's like and they know too that the game is mainly dominated by young children. They know that too, and that's why they're trying to push it on them. So
Yeah, they're
they
trying to
can
put
beg
Disney Plus in
they can
Fortnite.
beg their mommy and daddies to buy Disney Plus on their actual TVs, so they don't have to turn on their Xboxes or their computers to operate Disney Plus for free on a giant mini screen on another screen.
Or like better yet, they're trying to put Disney Plus into Fortnite because they know Disney Plus is falling off and losing a bunch of money.
I
So
mean,
they're probably going to try and transfer Disney Plus into Fortnite so they can try and revive it
they've
again.
already they've already lost 1.3 million subscribers in the first month of the year. In the first freaking month of the year. They should have brought
Like,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Nickelodeon 2012 as the Fortnite collab. I mean, thing is, we've already got one as it was already. Thing is, it's like nobody really talks about it anymore. I mean, that movie came out in like what summertime? I remember seeing it in August. That was when it was like really talked about. But nowadays, it's not that
yeah.
talked about.
And that was like the only collabs that was like really like that was one of the collabs that guy leaked like in chapter 4. Like he leaked, he got every single collab right. He got like the Miles Morales collab right. He got like TMNT right. The only two collabs that he said was gonna happen, which haven't been done yet, is Lady Gaga and Juice World. And seeing with Fortnite Festival now being added, you know those two are coming into the game next. I mean, they already got the Juice World jam track in the files, and they already have like the Lady Gaga. They already have like Lady Gaga songs in the files, like two, and
And,
they already have Bad Romance in the game.
I know, and it's already in festival too. The funniest thing too is that wait, so you're thinking that they're gonna put like Lady Gaga, the character, in the game next too?
Yeah, because the next festival pass, people have been speculating that they're going to switch from male to female artists for the festival pass. So they're probably going to do Lady Gaga next because they're going to like put a skin in the item shop and make it. By the way, the weekend bundle when it came out was overpriced as hell. It was like 28 like 100 like V-bucks, and they made the weekend bundle so overpriced just because of the new jam, the new like they have like a keyboard and like a bass guitar. That was the reason why, like, if the weekend bundle was introduced before festival, it would have been 1800 V-bucks, but they spiked it, but they made it like another 1,000 V-bucks just because of the new stuff they added. Like, this is why they're making it overpriced.
I mean, the thing is, it's like nobody takes Fortnite seriously when they decide to be like, oh, we're gonna, or like when Call of Duty put fucking Nicki Minaj in their game, and then they're gonna see Lady Gaga in their game. And the worst part is you're gonna have these artists carry guns, but the worst part is in real life, many of these people are like the most are most of them are like very 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 anti-gun. Most of them are, or many of them hate guns, but they absolutely have no knowledge of what the fuck they are or how they work. And then they're going to be carrying them
Yeah,
in the game, and they're also
like
they're also
literally.
they're also a bunch of commie sympathizers too. So not really surprised.
I mean, really, and it's like it's either gonna. I'm telling you, the next festival is either gonna be Lady Gaga or Juice World, because that's what the leaker said before Chapter 4 came out. With Juice World, I think that is a fucking shit idea now, to be honest, because
Or
they're pretty much gonna make money off of a dead person, and Juice's label has already like disrespected him so much by constantly delaying the album, constantly lying to the fans on when it's coming out. So I feel like the only reason why they might Juice WRLD is just to promote the damn album because the label is completely incompetent at doing it themselves. And it's like even like earlier this year, you had like Juice's like girlfriend like leak his sex tape. Like at this point, they just if they are gonna add him, it better just be like a music track because I feel like the skin would at this point adding the skin just doesn't feel right.
thing is, some people. The thing is, you know what I think would be my worst nightmare than having Lady Gaga or Juice World in the next festival pack. You wanna know what would be the worst nightmare ever to ever appear in
So,
festival? Taylor Swift.
shit, Taylor Swift gets added, I'm actually uninstalling the game. Like,
Oh my god, I've already seen enough football coverage of her fucking ass in there. I've already seen enough coverage on there, pretty much ruin the NFL, and now we're gonna have it in our faces in Fortnite. Like we already seen enough coverage of that shit, especially during the fucking Super Bowl, which I'm very glad I didn't actually watch because I had to go to work that night. Thank God I worked
yeah,
that night
yeah.
because I really didn't miss much and I didn't really waste my time. The only thing that I really wish I would have saw were the commercials and the halftime show. That's what I wish I would have saw.
You know what? You know what's also funny? There were like some rumors that Kanye might be the next festival
Oh,
because
Kanye.
because apparently they have like a mountain in the game that looks similar to one of his album covers, and apparently they have a piano on top of it. But
Oh
that's
yeah,
not
Apple
rumor.
fucking
That's
took his
debatable.
new album off. Apple
Oh,
took it
oh yeah,
off.
and yeah, he has, and apparently, like one of the skins they recently added, I think it's called like Sonar, is a skin that Kanye like made for Epic, because like Epic and Kanye were talks of doing a crossover, and Kanye made some like skins for Epic. So if they could add Kanye, all I'm saying is if they do add Kanye, Epic Games is getting dropped by every company they own, and shit, maybe even Disney will pull out of the fucking deal.
That'll probably be the best thing to happen. Probably that'll probably be the only best thing about it. Oh, I gotta answer this real good question, real quick. Have you heard that Lil Nas X might be in Fortnite? Are you gonna make a rant about it if that does happen? Well, if that does happen, most likely, absolutely, most likely.
Hopefully, it's just a jam track,
I'm I'm
because
I'm
I'm
hope
not trying to.
I'm hoping too. Because the worst part is because you're gonna have all these kids out like watch his music video of him mocking Christians. You're gonna have all these kids watching and be like, "Oh my God, that's so cool! Can I be like him, mommy? Can I be like him?" Like
Imagine they watch
it
the
just
industry baby
it just
music
sets a
video.
bad example of why I think Gen Alpha is screwed. That's why I think they're totally screwed.
You want to know something funny? I used to have a running gag with like friends that what if Fortnite does a Lil Nas X concert for Pride Month? Shit, that might actually happen now.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Like imagine Lil Nas X got added to the game. Little Timmy's like, who is this? They look up the industry baby music video, and they see a bunch of naked people like fucking dancing in the shower.
Oh, the thing is, did you watch the Super Bowl at all? By the way, did you watch the Super Bowl
Oh
at
no,
all?
I don't really care
The
about
funniest
that.
part was during the game, you had Taylor Swift's boyfriend Travis Kelsey like yell at the like shove the coach and yell at him like a toddler. Yell like a
Uh,
toddler. Like his little punk ass should have been thrown out of the game for that.
yeah, the only thing I really seen from the Super Bowl is like Usher's performance and like
Yeah,
Taylor Swift saying hi to Travis
that was
Scott.
the halftime show. That was the halftime show I
Yeah,
saw. I heard a lot of mixed reactions from the halftime show. Oh hell no! Better not be Ice Spice. Oh fuck that. Hell no.
they already have
Definitely
Boys
don't want
Alive
that.
Part
Definitely
Two.
don't want that devil worshipper in this game either.
I mean, Ice Spice would be just as bad as Lil Nas X because the kid's gonna be
Yeah,
like,
no,
"Who is Ice
she's
Spice?" And
probably
then
no.
every video of Ice Spice is her twerking.
She's definitely worse than Lil Nas X, especially during the Super Bowl doing satanic rituals.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Apparently, like the chain she was wearing was like a chain that Playboy Cardi gave to her.
What a
And like
scum.
Cardi is like kind of a lot of people accuse Cardi of being a devil worshiper.
Yeah, well, Ice Spice definitely is. I know that shit for a
I
fact.
mean, speaking of Cardi, recently Epic Games did this thing where they premiered a music video in like the Fortnite festival mode. It was a music video for the Weekend song "Popular," which had Madonna and Playboy Cardi inside of it. It was just like more proof of like the advertisement stuff.
Hey, if you're gonna put devil worshippers into Fortnite, or if you're gonna feature them into Fortnite, might as well add Jalen in there too. Might as
I
well
mean,
at that
Jalen's
point.
already in the game. Don't they have that skin in Chapter 3, Season 4 that turned from man to woman? They already got Jalen in the game.
Oh, I
That
thought.
skin called Twin.
Oh wait, that skin. Oh, I thought it was a she. You a he? Oh my goodness.
I mean, I mean, with how, I mean, Jalen's doing some even more suspicious stuff. You've seen her defend like this guy called Vosh, who was caught having CP in his folder. Jalen's defending that person.
It's like, how can people defend and justify that shit? Like that's what I don't understand is how people can actually defend and justify that in any way, shape, or form. If you had the common
By
sense
all,
and decency, you would realize that that's a fucked up thing to do.
another thing I've been seeing about Jalen, they're just like obsessively talking about their like they're just Jalen is also like obsessively like talking about their crack like addicted ex or some shit.
Yeah,
So
well,
like
yeah, no wonder why they've fallen off. And honestly, I think out of all YouTubers' downfalls, I think that's one of the few that's extremely justifying. And
I'm pretty sure Jalen doesn't even really do YouTube anymore.
one I've just sat back and ate popcorn over as I watched the numbers of their subscribers go down. And honestly,
Yeah.
the only thing I hope and honestly I hope Jalen comes back because whenever Jalen does something horrible, Jalen will get me 100 subscribers every time she shows up. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Hey Jalen, if you're watching this, I hope you come back because if you do, you get me 100 subscribers every time you do. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at what they're like the tracks they're planning on adding at festival because I feel like they're adding like a lot of like early 2010s music. Like they're trying to add like Macklemore's like popular
Bring,
songs. They're adding
bringing back old
like Poker
nostalgic,
Face.
bringing back old nostalgia
That
music that was pretty popular back in
yeah,
the days. I think they're trying to
yeah,
appeal to
like
them too.
TikTok by Kesha, stuff like that.
Thing is, a lot of people don't really talk about this, but it proves how dangerous nostalgia can be.
I mean, we can even say Fortnite OG was an example of that, and
I
like the
know
countless times they brought
the
back an old
greatest prime
weapon
example
or
of that.
brought back like Tilted.
OG Overwatch, OG Battlefield, OG Call of Duty. You could go on all day and talk about how nostalgia is a very dangerous tool, and all that is just a prime example. Because looking how bad everything
You,
is today, we're more grateful that it even happened, that that we even lived through those moments. And number one thing that we wish is that we could relive those moments again.
yeah, and
Honestly,
you want to know the most like
I wish more people
ironic
could
part?
see. I wish more people could have like played during like the original OG. I'm not talking about like the chapter 4 OG. I'm talking about the real OG because that was really good times. Like I remember back in like chapter 1 season 8, you had the buried treasure. You had Air Royale. You had like a whole bunch of great LTMs.
LTMs are
They
non-existent these days.
I
Like the
know like
last LTM they
that
added was for Winterfest, and that was just a reskin of an old LTM.
like that was like one of like their biggest strengths from back in the day. And it's just like what the
Shit,
hell
not
even happened?
even they're not even caring about solid gold anymore, and they were milking solid gold for a
Like
majority of life when
they
it's.
milked it to oblivion. They were drinking a shit ton out of solid gold like it was going out of style. And
And
they're not even milking it off today.
Right, by the way, you want to know the most ironic part about Fortnite Festival? They literally promoted the game mode in the live event with Eminem, and Eminem was performing his music. The Fortnite Festival actually comes out, and there is not a single Eminem track. In fact, they added a Machine Gun Kelly song in Festival before an Eminem song. That was just a fucking slap in the face.
It's
Imagine
like
like having Eminem promote your game mode, and then you add his like rival
you
into the game
had
as a
and then
song,
you
which
had
Eminem
millions of
already
people
buried MGK.
and you had millions of people trying to attend his concert, attend his performances just for the game to constantly crash or to be stuck in like 3-hour wait queues. And the question
At
is
least
like
like they kind of learned from like the fracture event, because at least they gave an opportunity for people to like see the live event like other screenings, so at least they kind of improved on that. But other than that, the
a
servers
little
were complete
bit.
shit.
A little bit. Because in the second show, I don't even know how many people even saw the second show because right before the second show aired, they shut the servers down, logged everybody out automatically, and then forced everybody to log back in again. Right or like
Mm.
minutes before that show happened.
Yeah, I was lucky to see the live event two different
Yeah,
times,
you were lucky. And the worst part was like I even left the gym early that day. I left the gym early that day just to
that's
attend it.
true.
And I felt like I skipped part of my workout for literally nothing.
Yeah, but then when
I
this
was on the weightlifter. I was on the weightlifts and I was like then I get the text message talking about the show and I was like, "Oh shit, I probably should come home and try to watch it or try to get my reaction to it." But what happened? Didn't even get it in at all, even though it was more than an hour in advance. And
yeah,
I didn't even get my opportunity to even watch it, and I was pretty pissed.
and the servers were still complete dog shit when the season came out.
I know. I mean, it was pretty embarrassing. That's why I said that they improved from the fracture event a little bit, but not by much, because the fact that it was still carrying on to the second day.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, at least the
you still
servers
had
weren't dog shit the day of like chapter 4, even though there was a bunch of glitches in the game. But the actual like queue was fine.
yeah, that's just the thing, man. Man, we've been discussing for damn an hour and 20, almost an hour and 24 minutes. Shit. This
Yeah,
is I'll tell you what, this has been a pretty good discussion. We already passed our goal of 22 likes. Can we get that shit to 30? That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping we get that thing to
yeah,
30. That'd be one of the greatest welcome backs I could give so we can get that like number all the way up to 30.
yeah, 30 like Nick A 30.
No, not Nick A 30. If anything, then make that 31. Then make that. Then
You
make
only
that.
know,
Make that 31 then, so we don't have to deal. So I don't have to think about that.
man. Nick A30 is still meat riding Fortnite, yet he's not even gotten the skin. Well, we barely got any knowledge. That is, imagine like defending Fortnite this much, only just for them to still not give you a skin. When was the last YouTuber? The last YouTuber to get a skin was a guy named Flake Powers. Like, imagine having Flake Powers get a skin before you, even though you've been Fortnite's #1 defender since the game came out.
Or
I
Tabor
think
Hill.
Nick A30 should have retired as soon as Flake Powers got a skin before him. Nick A30 should have actually retired. Like, yeah, and it's like even then that kind of proves the point. The last time we had a YouTuber get a skin was in Chapter 4 Season 1, so they're not really caring about the content creators either. And
wait, no.
majority of the content creators I've seen are complaining about the game. Like, I'm pretty sure Cypher PK was complaining about the movement and like how strong the medallions were, and people like Lachlan are complaining about like the guns. I mean, they gave a bunch of icon skins like Lego styles. First thing they've done since like Chapter 4 began, and it's a Lego style, which they were
Lego
bound
style.
to do that anyway.
I don't even know if the Lego style part of it was even worth it, because consider the fact how much that mode had fallen off.
They didn't even give a Lego style to Ninja, even though he's one of the main reasons why the game was popular.
He was like one of the biggest faces of the game.
And Ninja is still going strong to this day.
Even though from time to time he even openly spoke out against the game from time to time.
I mean, yeah, Ninja always has criticism for the game. Ninja is like one of the only content creators who aren't like extremely biased, like Nick A30.
Yeah, Nick A30, of course. It's like, or you want to know who else is also biased? Ali A, because he was also doing the same thing Nick A30 was when the Disney one was announced. They were all pretending. They were all pretending to be somebody they weren't, because everyone else was saying they like it. And you know what? And if I'm gonna get backlash for openly speaking out against the partnership, or me openly criticizing Disney, if I'm gonna get backlash for it, then I don't even care, because you know what? I'd rather speak from my heart and give my true, honest opinion on something than pretend to be somebody I'm not because everyone else says they like it.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be a Randy Hickey.
And I forgot something even worse about Nick A30. Kabila May, a TikToker who doesn't even have any relation to Fortnite, got an icon skin before him. Like, Kabila May is someone who has no relation to Fortnite. He hasn't even been relevant since 2021. He got a skin before Nick A30. Like, at this point, they're doing this shit on purpose to troll Nick A30, which is
honestly,
funny.
It's definitely funny. Hey, you like him or hate him, but this is just one of those few moments where you're just like, the only thing you can just do is just sit back and laugh.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry. That's a kid-friendly dream to come true, is to not have his skin in the game.
I guess no. I guess he's definitely no longer the king.
He definitely ain't. Watch one of us become the king before he does. That'd be hilarious. That'd be even more hilarious.
If we got a skin before Nick A30, it's time for him to like take back his "never back down, never give up" fucking tagline, and instead change it to "back down and give up." If one of us gets a skin before Nick A30, Nicky should actually back down and give up.
If one of us do, which we know that's never gonna happen, because there'd be a million people that would probably come up before both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, technically my skin did get put in the game. I had my pump shotgun with my jacket on.
In the season 5 loading.
In the season 5 like, loading screen, I did. I did have a collab skin, actually. I'm gonna present it to all you real quick. Give me a second. I gotta at least present it to you guys. I gotta at least do that, because otherwise nobody's gonna take me seriously.
Oh yeah, and I created a new. Like technically, it's not really my thing because like one of my friends created it. But I got a new name for Epic Games. Instead of like using crossover games, their new name is Fumble Games. because every time they try to do something, they fumble on it. Like the majority of the updates this season, absolute fumble. Like they added a shitty AR and some sus ass item, Flowberry Fizz. That suspicious item, that item was based off an experience Charlie Wynn and Tim Sweeney had together. But we're not gonna get into that discussion. And they had
Obviously.
a cardboard box and reskin of an invisibility item. Like, yeah, very Epic Games' new name is Fumble Game.
That's actually a very, very good one. Oh yeah, I found it. I found it. I think this is it. Oh. Yep, guys, I did get my own collab skin. Look, right here, guys, I got it. I got my own bundle right there. But
And this is official. This is trademarked.
except they age restricted my skin because I have a gun in my hand. They age
Yeah,
restricted it, bastards.
like according to Fortnite, a banana with a gun in his pocket, that's like not allowed. But Michael Myers and Kratos, yeah, this is
But
family friendly. This is what the kids should see.
yeah, but the thing is, they also put in their trailer, we have your Peely. Which honestly, that looked really, really bad to be honest with you. Because, and the reason some people are gonna ask me why do I think it's bad? Well, just think of the cucumber that got alliate or no, not alliate. The Act-Man demonetized and striked because the banana was what came before the cucumber. The banana was the
And by the way,
cucumber back then.
I'm not even gonna be surprised. Watch, they're gonna do a Deadpool free collab where they have a new Deadpool and Wolverine skin. Like, watch them do that, like they did with Marshmallow.
I wouldn't be surprised about that. And also relating to that, that's probably one of the only few movies I'm excited for about this year, other than Sonic
Yeah, I saw
3.
the trailer. The trailer looked
No,
decent.
watch them do a Sonic collab right around the time the third movie comes out. Watch them try that too. All right, well, I probably should get going because I gotta get ready to go to work, and of course it's kind of having a little snowstorm right now. We're getting some of that snow from the northeast. We're kind of getting buried in right now. Yeah, it's nice of you to be in the discussion stream. Glad you could join along.
Yep.
Welcome back.
Yep, I'm once again back to deal with not Donald Mustard's bullshit this time, but Charlie Wynn and fucking Tim Sweeney's bullshit.
Yep, Tim Sweeney and Charlie Wynn. Alrighty, well, I'll see you around, Azaz. Thank you for joining in.
Yeah,
Take
see
care,
ya.
man. Well, folks, I think that's going to wrap up the discussion stream here. So, thank you all for tuning in. It was an amazing welcome back, honestly. It was an amazing, probably one of the best welcome backs I had gotten since I officially returned to YouTube. But if you guys enjoyed this discussion stream, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and share it with your friends. And also, hit that little bell so you will never miss another upload. It has been a wild ride over these past couple months. I appreciate all your patience that you've been giving me. I love y'all to death. And honestly, it's just been amazing. Thank you guys. And until next time, I don't know when exactly. Maybe I'll upload a short before then, or maybe I will see you sometime this weekend, depending on what kind of video it is. But either way, until then, also join the channel today if you haven't already, because pretty soon I am going to re-upload my appeal video, and I'm only going to make it exclusive to channel members. Pretty soon, I'm re-uploading my entire appeal video from October of 2023. But until then, until next time, I meant to say, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and God bless you. And this is ThunderBuddy29 signing off, leaving for the day. Have a great rest of your evenings, and Godspeed.